Hi everyone, it's me, Natty, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Bobobie Apollo. And so I've stripped my Apollo down to just the resin and his choker because I'd have to take off his head in order to take off the choker. So here he is, and um Bobobie SDs actually weigh quite light compared to other SDs because I know Demetrius, my Kids Doll Elf Psy, probably weighs a good half a pound heavier than Raijun here. So we'll start from top to bottom. With the head, you have a typical head cap um, with a signal magnet and little hooks to help keep it in place. There's an S hook that goes through the head. Come on, there we go. There's another magnet down here. The eyes are just simply kept in with eye putty or sticky tack. Works either way. Um, he has a really cute facial sculpt. He has sort of like the big unrealistic eyes, a really big nose, a cute little mouth that's sort of smirking, smiling, and really big ears. So here, oh god, he squeaks. So there's his facial sculpt, and you can see his really big ears. But I thought that this was a really cute sculpt. So he takes about 14 to 16 millimeter eyes. Right now he has 16 millimeter eyes from Blue Blood Doll in. His wig is usually 8 to 9, but even the 8 to 9 sized wigs are a tiny bit big, so you might have to put some Velcro on like I did with Rye, or some rubber bands or a head cap to help keep the wig on. His shoulder joints are just regular shoulder joint. They have little hooks so that it allows him to pose. Like, you can flip the arms up and it'll stay. The arm joint actually has a little floating ball in here, if you can see that. So it helps with mobility, so you could turn the entire forearm around. The wrist is just a simple joint attached to the wrist. With the Bobobie dolls, a lot of the time they come without S-hooks, so you will probably have to put S-hooks in if you want. With the S-hooks, they do pose a lot better. If you just leave them full strung, like Bobobie did when they gave me Raijun, the movement isn't really as like fluent and doesn't look very nice. So that's the arms. The hands are really quite sweet. Like there's the open hand, which is beautiful. Like, I love their hands because on the inside, I don't think you could see, but it has the actual hand detail. The other hand is closed, like, has these two fingers closed, so if you want him to hold something, the Bobobie doll, the Bobobie Apollo, is great for that sort of thing. So if you want him to hold something like some flowers or the guitar I have for him, then it works really well. He has a chest joint, so if you it doesn't really work much if they're too tightly strung, but it allows for that little bit more of mobility if you want them like turned to the side a little bit. It does have that mobility. He has the hip joint right in here, so right above his bum. Um, what I love about the Bobobie dolls is, oh my goodness, your string came out. Give me a sec, his string came out. There we go. Okay, so what I love is that they have a floating ball joint from the hips to the thigh. So that allows perfectly for more mobility, unlike a lot of dolls where the thigh's attached so it could pretty much only go forward and back or completely backwards, like the Kiss dolls, I think. But it has that floating ball joint in there, so it helps a lot. It's a hassle when you're restringing, but it's it helps a lot if you're trying to get lots of different poses. Um, they have the floating ball joint in the leg again, and The feet, just like the hands, have that typical joint. I've reattached his with S-hooks because Bobobie sends their dolls fully strung most of the time. The resin that he's made out of is really quite strong. I've dropped Rajan more times than I can count. I've chucked him across the room by accident at one point, and he didn't even come away with a scratch. He was in perfect condition after me chucking him across my room by accident. So I'm really glad, like, Bobobie's resin is super strong, and the hands are super strong. Like, I could do this and I won't be afraid of it breaking. The wrists won't crack or anything. So it's a really strong sort of doll. Great for younger kids if you want to get them into the hobby. The one problem though is that, like most dolls, the resin will yellow. I don't think you can see, but his head is actually a different color than his body. I was silly and left his head out in the light, and it turned white. So I've had to blush it back to normal skin, which took me a very long time. So be very careful. Keep them in those really nice bags that Bobobie gives you, or keep them under a blanket. Keep them in a dark closet. Right now, I keep Rye, because he has his own bedroom, I keep Rye underneath his blanket most of the time, unless I'm taking pictures and such. So that is the Bobobie doll for the Apollo. And it's a great doll for starters. Like, if you want to get a first doll, he is a great first doll to get. He was mine. He was very reasonably priced, like extremely reasonably priced. He was $180 with a face up, but I've redone that face up time and time again. So, $180 with a face up, or 170 blank. And that's all I have for you guys about the lovely Bobobie Apollo. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and I'll get back to you on those. And you could find me at kinomotonade at deviantart.com, and we hope to see you there. Bye!